I'm going to do a quick update on the case of Mercedes Lain. The Marshall County prosecutor, Nelson Chipman, explained that the autopsy that was performed Friday, August 20th by Dr. Scott A. Wagner, he was affiliated with the Northeast Indiana Forensic Center, which is located in the St. Joseph Hospital in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dr. Scott Wagner has over 30 years of experience in forensic pathology, and he has testified in hundreds of cases over the years in both criminal and civil matters, and specializes in reviewing cases involving death, wrongful death, and homicides. And several anatomic findings were noted, but will not be released to the public at this time. Dr. Wagner determined the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, and the manner of death was determined as homicide. Blunt force trauma is defined as an injury that occurs when an object hits or strikes a part of the body. Miller remains in the Marshall County Jail with a $100,000 bond. At his arraignment on Tuesday, August 24th, he was found to be indigent, which means he doesn't have the financial means to hire his own attorney. So the court appointed a public defender, Alex Hoover, for his defense. Justin Miller entered a plea of not guilty on charges of neglect of a dependent resulting in death, which is a level 1 felony, and if convicted, the charge carries a sentence of 20 to 40 years. He has 30 days to change his plea if he chooses, and his judge is Robert O. Bowen. And no charges have been upgraded during that hearing, but they still can in the future depending on the investigation. A pretrial conference is set for September 8th at 9 a.m., and an omnibus date is scheduled for October 28th, and also a status conference on December 16th at 9 a.m. The status conference will determine whether there'll be a jury trial or a plea deal agreement. Grandma Owens, Tiffany's mother, has publicly posted on her Facebook page that she had called the Economy Inn about getting Mercedes' belongings. They had informed her that she could not get them. One day later, witnesses stand by watching as employees of the Economy Inn heartlessly throw everything from the motel room rented by Kenneth and Tiffany over a second-story balcony onto the parking lot below. These items included clothing of Mercedes, her baby book, a tablet and phone, most likely filled with images of Mercedes, among many other unnamed items. Heartless. Thankfully, a good-hearted bystander, Amanda Kelly, stopped people from taking Mercedes' personal belongings to return to her family. She states that she was just told she could take whatever she wanted. Are you kidding me? I understand that this motel has to make money, and I understand policies on items left in the rooms, but Grandma Owens called the day before to get her things, and they said no. So were there things in there that they wanted for themselves? Were they punishing Grandma for what happened to Mercedes? It is the most disrespectful thing I've heard in a long time. I mean, show some respect to Mercedes at least. Clearly the motel needs to be cleaned up, both physically and with the staff. And that's just my opinion. But the Marshall County SA Offender Registry lists 7 individuals who have the Economy Inn in Plymouth as their address. And the website notes that 2 of the offenders have committed crimes against children. There's a man named David Jeffries, and he is a part of a group of citizens that are forming to find ways to protect children in the community. He states that they're looking to get in front of the city council to send a statement, not necessarily to get the motel shut down, but at least get it cleaned up and get the trouble out of there. In the past 10 to 12 years, there's been a lot of drug use in that hotel. They just had a rally last Friday night in Centennial Park, so we'll stay updated on that group. The way that the motel treated Mercedes items, plus the amount of SA offenders registered as living there, seems to me like their only concern is making money. In my opinion, it doesn't seem like they care about the safety and well-being of their occupants. And personally, I never thought to check for registered offenders living at hotels before I stay at one, but I will from now on. And just keep in mind, y'all need to be careful and stay vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings and who is near you and your families. Things need to change, and we need to make a stand for our children. And might I add, this is the second child's death associated with this particular hotel. In September 2015, 2-year-old Serenity Wilson was beaten to death with a hairbrush for wetting the bed at the Economy Inn. This was a punishment given by her mother's 23-year-old boyfriend, Shane Weedling. The incident occurred around 9 a.m., and her mother, Christy Lavinway, 24, didn't bring the unconscious child to the ER until 2 p.m. And on a side note, police had indicated that her injuries showed that the abuse was going on for a few weeks. This included bruises, bite marks, and a positive SA kit, indicating a pattern of abuse. Christy was only charged with neglect, resulting in the death, and was sentenced to 35 years in prison, which they dismissed the murder charge. Weedling pled guilty to 1 count of murder. In exchange, prosecutors dropped counts of neglect of a dependent causing death and possession of marijuana. Judge Robert O. Bowen, the same judge over Miller's case, handed him the maximum sentence of 65 years in prison. He had sent the mother, Christy, Facebook messages saying Serenity, quote, got beat up, and that, quote, the more time goes on, the more she gets beat. Yet she did nothing. She came home, saw her baby lying unconscious, and still did nothing. The autopsy states her left eye had hemorrhaged and her left retina became detached. So she was in clear distress, yet she waited at least 3 hours to take her to the ER. The prosecutor in that case was also Nelson Chipman, so personally I believe Justin Miller will be getting the maximum sentence for whatever charge ends up being. The Department of Children's Services was at the motel on allegations of neglect only 2 weeks before this happened. And with Kenny's previous record from his oldest daughter and both parents' regular drug use, Mercedes should have been taken from that environment a long time ago. I'm posting a link for change.org for the petition to make these people be held accountable for their lack of action in protecting this baby. How many more children have to slip through the cracks before we take a stand? It's their job to protect children. That's what they get paid for. I don't know if they need more training or harsher consequences when a case turns badly, but something needs to change. The link will be in the info on this video, along with links for the official donation page for funeral expenses, meal train link to help her family with meals, and where to send flowers and gifts. And remember, Mercedes has 3 big sisters and grandparents and aunts and uncles and just a big family that's heartbroken right now. And her family needs all the prayers and support they can get.